Hello friends, a warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your friend truly Shoham. I just can't express in words how much overjoyed, overwhelmed I am to be back at my platform, my YouTube channel, my form of expression, my commentary I would say. এটাই বলে বোঝাতে পারবো না আমি কতটা খুশি আপনাদের সাথে এরকম করে কথা বলতে পেরে। After almost 1.5 to 2 months of gap, I am back and I shall waste no time to quickly get in the topic that I'm going to discuss today. That is the West Bengal elections 2021. পশ্চিম বাংলা বিধানসভা নির্বাচন 2021, Bengal Chunav 2021. Why exactly this is such a high stakes political battle, and why exactly what I mean when I say the results of this election will have a far reaching and wide reaching consequence than just the shores of West Bengal, and it will have national consequence. Why do I say so? And so many things which I try my best to analyze at my fullest ability we'll discuss today. So let's start with the shall we. প্রথমেই বলে রাখি যে এবারের যে কন্টেন্টটা আমি একটু অন্যরকম করার জন্য এটাতে বাংলার আধিক্য বেশি থাকবে. I will speak in Bengali more than English. Also I'll switch to English and Hindi, but since I'm talking about West Bengal elections, as to communicate better, I'll take the opportunity to speak in Bengali more. So let's start with the shall we. Who exactly are the key players? এবারে পশ্চিমবাংলা বিধানসভা নির্বাচনে যাতে বলা যায় যে প্রধান কুশীলব কারা? Who are the three key players? First one, the incumbent Trinamool Congress government, যারা 10 বছর ধরে ক্ষমতায় আছে, মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের নেতৃত্বাধীন তৃণমূল কংগ্রেস সরকার, 10 years they're in power, led by the enigmatic, the mercurial, the charismatic leader Mamata Banerjee, the only woman chief minister of this country. And who are her key opponents? First and foremost, the Bharatiya Janata Party, the almighty, the brute majority Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Mr. Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of this country, and Mr. Amit Shah, the Home Minister, and a slew of other West Bengal BJP leaders. And last but not the least, the left front, the Indian National Congress, and the Indian Secular Front, led by Abbas Siddiqui, known as the Sangyukt Morcha. So when I say that it will be a high stakes political battle, what exactly do I mean? Just look around, go to any newspaper, any news channel. Every prime time bulletin, 50% of it is dedicated to West Bengal. And why? First point, 2024, the next general election, Lok Sabha election. So let's face it point by point. পশ্চিমবাংলায় বিজেপি এবং আরএসএস এর যে ব্র্যান্ড অফ পলিটিক্স সেটা কিন্তু খুব একটা এখানে গ্রহণযোগ্য ছিল না, অ্যাটলিস্ট ইলেকটরালি। হ্যাঁ ছিল, আরএসএস এখানে 2-3 দশক ধরে খুবই অ্যাক্টিভ, গ্রাম বাংলায় বলা যেতে পারে, but that did not exactly translate into electoral gains, electoral benefits up until 2019, when the BJP got a massive and a whopping 18 MPs out of our state, West Bengal, which was unprecedented. Now the seeds of that was sown in 2014 general election, which encapsulated Narendra Modi to prime ministership. Then also in 2016 assembly election, if you see, সেখানে কিন্তু মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের নেতৃত্বাধীন সরকার 200-র বেশি আসন নিয়ে জিতেছিলেন. It's a fact. So what exactly changed? The first thing that changed was, the peak of it was 2018 Panchayat elections, where it was absolute anarchy and lawlessness by the local level, the ground level, the grassroots Trinamool Congress cadres, which exactly paved the way for this meteoric rise of the BJP, because the people were really angry and upset at the ruling dispensation, the Trinamool Congress. এটা আপনারা খবরের কাগজ খুললে দেখতে পাবেন. Even the Trinamool Congress MPs like Shogat Roy had admitted it on record that it was wrong and disastrous on their part what they did in 2018 Panchayat elections. তো সেটাতে চলে গেল যে তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের ব্যাপারে. And what exactly when we say that it will have national implication? As of now, there is not only anti-incumbency against Trinamool Congress government, but the central government also is facing a lot of wrath from the electorate. Look at around us. Unemployment, the economy, the mishandling of the COVID situation, the farm bills, the farm laws, everything, they are not exactly in a comfortable position. But having said that, Narendra Modi as of now, till now, is the most popular leader in India. But so is Ms. Mamata Banerjee, and both of them are charismatic leaders in their own right. So a clash of personality between them, which as of now we are seeing in West Bengal, it's mouth watering stuff and it's stuff for the legends, make no mistake. তো আমি যখন এই কথাগুলো বলছি তার মানে এইটাই আমি বলার চেষ্টা করছি আপনাদেরকে যে এবারে পশ্চিমবাংলার নির্বাচনটা কিন্তু দুটো পার্সোনালিটির মধ্যে লড়াই হচ্ছে. So at one hand you have got Narendra Modi and on the other hand you have got Mamata Banerjee. Now whether, as they are saying, that Bangla nijer mekeই চায়, Bengal wants its own daughter, or it will be ab ki baar 200 par, ab ki baar BJP sarkar, or double engine sarkar, as they are saying. Double engine means that the same government in state and the same government in center. Which way the electorate will swing, we'll have to wait till the 2nd of May. But one thing is for sure, this will be the stuff that will have legends out of it. Who will come out victorious? Jorjita Bhai Sikandar. Second point, anti-incumbency versus personal charisma. Now, as I was saying, continuation to that, there is palpable anti-incumbency against the Trinamool Congress government, both as a political level and also at the administrative level. There is rampant charges of corruption, soft communalism, tolabazi, everything all combined. The Mamata Banerjee government is not exactly in the happiest and the most comfortable of position. But what I have seen and what the newspapers, reputed, not so reputed, everyone is saying is much of this anger is actually against the Trinamool Congress grassroots level workers and the mid-level workers and not exactly against Mamata Banerjee. The common saying here is that দিদি খুব ভালো কিন্তু ওনার যে সাঙ্গপাঙ্গরা আছে তারা সবাই যাচ্ছে তাই. What that translates to English is that Mamata Banerjee, I mean people call her Didi affectionately, Mamata Banerjee is good, she is really good, she has done some fine work for the people, but her cadres, her workers are absolutely F's and B's. That's what it translates to. Now whether that is the reason, this is the sole reason Mamata Banerjee had to personally take charge of her party in this election, and when she had to come and say, in all 294 constituencies, I am the candidate. 294টা কেন্দ্রে আমি প্রার্থী. Now what that means is, you don't need to see the candidate, just see at my face, good, bad, ugly, I'll be responsible, just vote for me. That is what exactly, I mean in marketing we call it aggressive personal marketing, personal campaigning, and believe me, this is something Mamata Banerjee is the best at. As of now, it's too early to say whether it will reap electoral dividends or not. We have to wait till the 2nd of May. But this is exactly what Mamata Banerjee is trying to do, just portray herself, because she knows that her grassroots workers more often than not have let her down. Now coming to Narendra Modi. BJP as of now is the main opposition to Trinamool Congress, that is Mamata Banerjee. Make no mistake. In 294 seats, I bet in 50% of the constituencies, if you ask any common man that do you know the name of the candidate representing BJP, you know what they will say? They will say is no, they don't know, they are just voting in the name of Mr. Modi. Because according to them, I mean thanks to this media marketing, the monstrous, gigantic marketing, whatever you call it, whatever name you want to call it, Mr. Modi is being portrayed in West Bengal by the BJP and its paid medias and everything, that he is this knight in shining armor, the savior, the messiah of the poor, who is going to save West Bengal from the clutches of misery that it has been after 4.5 decades of independence. 5 days independence, whatever you call it. So this is what exactly both Modi and Ms. Mamata Banerjee is trying to do. This is the reason why I say that this is also a battle between anti-incumbency and personal charisma. Because at one hand, if you accuse the Trinamool Congress of the rampant charges of communalism, corruption, cut money, syndicate, everything, BJP কিন্তু ধোয়া তুলসী পাতা নয়. So BJP calls also can't be absolved of what they have done to this country over the last 6 to 7 years. No, they can't. But as they say, Janta Janardhan, whichever way the people tries to vote, who tries to and who is successful in moving the voter in their favor, whether it's Ms. Mamata Banerjee or Mr. Narendra Modi, we have to wait till the 2nd of May. And again, once I say, a fascinating, grueling, intriguing battle is on the card. Third point, and this is something which many of us are overlooking, but I shall not make the mistake of doing so. Prashant Kishore at one hand, and on the other hand the BJP IT cell. Prashant Kishore, as we know, represents the IPAC. He is the election strategist of the Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee, and he has been roped in to help Mamata Banerjee win this term. If you remember, at the month of December, Prashant Kishore, in an unprecedented, aggressive and attacking batsmanship, came to the front foot and said in tweet that if the BJP crosses double-digit seats in West Bengal, he shall cease to be a political strategist. Wow, this is At one hand, you can call it insane, and on the other hand, you can call him overconfidence, or it can be confidence also. Who knows? And he has repeated that in all the upcoming interviews, the off-air interviews that he has given, I mean, from December till yesterday also. The BJP, in turn, has taken the challenge head-on and said that they are going to win 200 seats in West Bengal. Can you believe that? A whopping 200 seats in West Bengal. Whether it's just blank fire, or whether it's just empty rhetoric, or whether they have something which can give them confidence যে তারা এই কথাগুলো বলতে পারছে 200টা আসন পাবে, there is something you have to wait till the 2nd of May. And last but not the least, the second last point I would say, the impact of the turncoats, the Dal Bodlus. It's a fact that as of now, till for the last 2 or 3 months, there is a very common saying in West Bengal that has been doing around the grounds, that is, আমি দলে থেকে কাজ করতে পারছি না. I am feeling suffocated at my own political party and I just want a change. Now, it might sound laughable that a person who is working in his or her constituency for 10 to 15 years, suddenly 2 to 3 months before the election realizes that he or she is getting deprived of working for the people. So the question should be, আপনি দলে থেকে কি কাজ করছিলেন ভাই? What exactly were you doing when exactly you were at your political party? But it's a reality. Mukul Roy, Shubhendu Adhikari, Sabyasachi Datta, Arjun Singh, Dinesh Trivedi, Rajiv Banerjee, you name the who's and who of the BJP West Bengal, barring the great Dilip Ghosh, everyone is a Dal Bodlu, a turncoat. They have been taken from a different political party, and they have been popular leaders on the Trinamool Congress. They have been strongmen, on not so popular ground. But let's keep the discussion aside. So whether this Dal Bodlus, the turncoats, the Paltibaj, Gaddar, Mirzafar, whatever way you want to put it, whether they are able to create an impact and whether they are able to dent Trinamool Congress bastions, we will again have to wait till the 2nd of May. সঙ্গে থাকুন, অপেক্ষায় থাকুন. In conclusion, what exactly I am going to say is that whatever happens post the 2nd of May, it's a fact West Bengal politics would never be the same. In West Bengal, before this election, we would have never even thought that MLAs and MPs selected out of West Bengal will tell electorates, voters to go to Pakistan, go to Bangladesh. They want to speak the language of 70 and 30. I want majority votes, minority votes can just go and STFU. This sort of terms have been used in West Bengal election, which is unprecedented. Unfortunately, yes. So at the end of the day, what we want is definitely a clean and fair election, an election without bloodshed, and an election without such vile, pathetic and atrocious nonsense. You simply cannot tell a Muslim voter in West Bengal to go to Bangladesh, and you cannot accuse him or her of bursting crackers when Pakistan wins against India. That's a strict no-no, and that's a crime, I would say. But who knows? जनता जनार्दन, ये पब्लिक है, सब जानती है. So whether it will be बांग्ला निजर मेके ही चाय, whether it will be दीदी जाओ और पीसी जाओ, or whether it will be भांगा पाई खेला होबे, or whether it will be hashtag no vote to BJP, or will it be the Sangyukt Morcha giving an unprecedented miraculous surprise up their hat, no one knows. We all have to wait till the 2nd of May, and till then, as they say in Bengal, game is on, khela hobe. So that was my presentation today. Let me know what you feel regarding my content today, and if you have any input to share regarding West Bengal election, please let me know in the comment section. Till then, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting. Keep watching Truly Soham. Thank you so much. Bye bye.